We would now like to welcome our special guest speaker, Mr. Mark Liu. Mr. Mark A. Liu, president and co-owner of Escape One Meetings and Incentives, has been a leader in the travel, conventions, and destination management field for over 40 years. Mark showed promise as a leader in his early years as student body president of Honoka'a High School, class of 1979. He also was 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th grade president and student body vice president. He was a nominee of the Hugh O'Brien Foundation Scholarship and top 10 sophomores of the state of Hawaii. In 1986, graduate of Brigham Young University, Hawaii campus, he graduated with a bachelor's degree in business management. Upon graduating from college, he was recruited by Marriott Hotels International, where he assumed leadership role as VP of sales and is an executive member of several hotel chains. Opened the Hapuna Beach Prince Hotel as director of sales. In 2001, Mark became president and co-founder of Escape One Meetings and Incentive Travel, a multi-million-dollar brand. With this distinction, he has traveled to Japan, Samoa, Tonga, Fiji, Bora Bora, Tahiti, Paris, London, Rome, Seoul, Korea, Bangkok, Phuket, Thailand, Chiang Mai, Kota Kinabalu, Cancun, Puerto Vallarta, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, Ireland, Hong Kong, Xi'an, Philippines, Cabo, and Greece, to name a few places. Mark has been blessed to be surrounded by other leaders in the industry, which has helped him excel in his endeavors. Mr. Liu?
Everybody, aloha. I'd like to thank this beautiful young lady for reading my eulogy. When I die, give me your address. My business partner is here, he'll take all your information. There are two things that I remember, that I know right now, speaking to you. The first thing is graduates, this is gonna be short. Good? Or if you don't clap louder, I'll speak for 2 hours. Right on. The next thing is I found out last night, Lou last name, right? I found out that I have a nephew that's graduating with this class, Jake Bannister. Jake Bannister. Prentice Bannister here? Raise your hand. Prentice? Oh, Prentice, I didn't see my invitation for the luau. So will you get that to me right now after we pal? Because between Prentice and John, they make the best food. 20 years ago, I took a trip to Beijing, China, and I climbed the Great Wall of China. It's kind of fun. But I went to visit Xi'an, which is where they buried 8,000 warriors. These warriors were then given a mask, which is one of a kind. There's no two faces. I mean, look at the person next to you. They don't look like you, right? There are no two faces that are the same. And they were noted because of their heroic deeds. I gotta tell you, I wanna recognize your terracotta warrior, Principal Matsumura. I wanna recognize her. So this is a terracotta warrior that came 20 years ago from Xi'an, China. And when she puts this in her office, I wanted to know how much we appreciate her. You know, she's had to make some really hard decisions. Do we have in-house graduation? Do we have face-to-face dances? So I appreciate her and all that she's done, and so I give this to her. Yeah, that was kind of, I mean, it is expensive, but not really expensive. So I saw this at the Seattle airport. It said, happy graduation, eat, follow me now, eat, drink, now go get a job. I went to Ireland also. I went to a place called Belfast. How many of you are familiar with Game of Thrones, the movie Game of Thrones? Yeah? Great movie. So I walked to, well, I didn't walk to Belfast, but I walked around Belfast, and there was a speaker that spoke to us. Now, I've been fortunate over the years to speak in crowds of maybe, 500, 10,000. This is, I gotta say, is the best looking group. You guys are totally good looking. I graduated in '79, and I gotta tell you, I was ugly. You guys are so good looking. And so smart, so smart. And what's up with this 5 girls and 1 guy ratio? Come on now, next year's class, you better get on it, okay? But I went to Belfast, and the speaker got up just like this, and she stood in the middle of the room, and she said this. Ha, ha, ha. Her topic was on laughter and how important it is for us to laugh. If you're ever in a situation where you're bored, in fact, try this at some of the luau's and parties you're going to go to. You know, sit quietly and all of a sudden start laughing. See what they do. See what your family's going to do. They're going to commit you to, do they still have Kaya Mohala or the Pupuli place? They're going to commit you to that. But anyway, I made a promise. I made a promise that I was going to keep this short. So I brought my assistant, and you guys have the same assistant, you know. Her name's Siri. Siri, please set timer for 5 minutes. Oh, she's supposed to set 5 minutes now counting, but I put it on mute because I didn't want to interrupt the other speakers. So we got 5 minutes. When it rings, I'm done. All right, let's talk about what is important to be successful. Here's my first message to you. Call your mom daily. Call your mom daily. When I was in college, I was a crybaby, for real. Prentice knows. I was a crybaby, and I just went to school on Oahu, so it wasn't that far, but we were poor. We were very poor. I couldn't fly back, couldn't afford to fly back. But every night I would call my mom, hey mom, the conversation would go, hey mom, how are you? You okay? I'm okay. You're okay? Mom? And here's the magic question to have. Son, you need money. Now, don't call your mom because you guys need money. Just call her because you love her. I'm so glad she didn't put my father on the phone. He would say, get your butt back home and go work in a Tower Patch. You know? But first point, call your mom. Tomorrow at 4 p.m., I'm going to challenge all of you, call your mom or your aunt or the female featuring. Call them and appreciate them. The next thing is laughter is so amazing. It's so amazing. I have some really good friends, and I think you guys might know her. So I'm going to, right now, turn off Do Not Disturb.
Okay. I turned Do Not Disturb off.
Call Beyonce Knowles.
Calling Beyonce Knowles.
Beyonce's a good friend of mine. Oh, she hung up. Call Beyonce Knowles.
Calling Beyonce Knowles.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message. 808640811.
Well, what was supposed to happen is that I called Beyonce Knowles. I changed Darty Gomayo's telephone number to Beyonce Knowles. And when Darty was going to answer the phone, I was going to say, hey, Beyonce, you want to talk to the seniors? You know, you want to say hi? You want to sing a song? What do you want to do? And she was supposed to say, oh, hey, congratulations. And then I was supposed to say, oh, you're such a bulaya. This is Darty Gomayo. Anyway, that's what's supposed to have happened, but it didn't. So she's fired. She's not on payroll anymore. I'm looking for an assistant in Hawaii. We pay about $80,000 a year. Oh, now I got your attention. How are you going to listen? The next thing is really quick for me. Oh, now she calls. Sorry, you're fired. So anyway, the last thing is, oh my God, no, don't call again. Don't call again. You lost your chance. You're fired.
And get them to come in.
You're still fired. They told us, you know, in college, they told us, go make goals, do goals. How am I supposed to know goals? Because I don't even know what kind of goals I want. So I put a memory board together. I put a $1 million bill. I put my family. I put Greece. I put Tahiti bungalows. I put Swedish Amsterdam. I put bungee jumping in New Zealand, where I jumped off the first bridge. Did all those things because I did a vision board. Go home and do a vision board. If you want to get a brand new car this week, put a picture of the car. Put a picture of the car and look at it every day and say, I'm going to earn that car. And your vision board will come true. Okay? Now, attitude of gratitude. Attitude of gratitude. Be grateful. I'm so grateful for the 3 people that's part of my company. Jim Poor. He helped me make my first $1 million. And we continue to do that every year. Mark Endo, who was a 1979 graduate with me, he was awesome. We're doing some initiatives here in the state of Hawaii, which is going to be evident in 6 months. Also, Jay Johnson, I'm learning crypto. How many of you have heard the word crypto? Don't know everything about it, right? We know nothing about it. Don't feel bad. I don't either. I didn't know that. But we're doing a lot of fun stuff, and I'm so grateful for them. What I'm most grateful for is the Lu'ohana. I'm so grateful for the lessons that they have taught me. And I see now there's, some Deleuze, there's some Martinez. You come from a rich, oh, there's time, time's up. My last exercise with you is I'm going to ask the graduates to please take a look at the audience. Now I want you to stand up, please stand up with me. And I want you guys to give them a round of applause. Hey, seniors, you guys are awesome. I did this with a group of 10,000 people, and then they were all adults, and they were all making like in hundreds of thousands, and they were so idiots. I leave you these words, and I challenge you to put on your vision board that one of you in 43 years for the class of 2065 will be the keynote speaker. It's my prayer that you be successful. Give them.
Thank you, Mr. Liu.